Well, thank you all so much for staying, and I'm Nancy Borganek, the interim executive producer. We thought that it would be fun for a change for these post-play discussions to talk about next season and give you a little kind of preview. We're going to open next season with The Caretaker by Harold Pinter. Harold Pinter, one of the great playwrights of the 20th century, of our lifetime, died in December. I'm going to blog how I got to some things. So I won't bore you with it now, but I'm going to blog.
Go, girl.
I wanted to reconnect with our past, our present, our future. So when I thought about Harold Pinter and honoring the past that way, I called John Vreeke, who, any of you remember Theater 138?
Tell us. What is it?
Who wants to say what Theater
It
138?
was 138 South, 2nd East, and it had a lot of good plays.
Oh.
Very infamous.
Saw Eccles there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
1976. Guess who was in it? Ann Decker.
What, oh, you're talking about Equus?
Eccles, yeah.
Ann Decker, Equus.
I didn't do the nude scene, Helen.
Ann Decker and Meg Gibson.
Yes.
This is sort of what got me cosmically going. Meg, a lot of us came out of this little postage stamp theater run by these three amazing men. Ariel Balloff, who was out of Yale Drama, incredible designer. They did Equus, they did Chicago, they did Rose Tattoo, they did like
Sweeney Todd.
Sweeney Todd. Sweeney Todd. This little, I know, it was incredible.
And Morning Becomes Electra.
Morning
On this little
Becomes
teeny
Electra.
tiny stage, and it was a huge
thing.
They did amazing things.
Ariel could take a gigantic play that you couldn't possibly do on a stage this size.
Wow.
And with his imagination, create a whole world. It was wonderful.
I knew he could direct Pinter. I knew he could handle it. And I called him and he jumped at the opportunity. But he said, is Gene Pack available to do The Caretaker? I said, I don't know, I'll call him. And do you all know, this is Mr. Gene Pack.
Oh, when Nancy told me that John had said that, did that make my week?
But you hadn't read it before.
No?
What did you think when you read it?
Wow. Wow. Because the characters are so vivid. Each one of them has incredible quirks in his character. And my character, Matt Davies, is an old conniver. He's lived on the lowest level of society and skittled from jail to gutter all of his life. And now, as this play begins, he's actually being taken in somewhere. And of course, what can he do between these two brothers? They both like him. He does his best to come between them. And that is the action of the play.
No, it's the most stunning piece of theater. It's incredible. And I know you have to leave.
Yes, I do.
So we'll go to you next because your play is actually second in order, but it's going to be a special add-on because it's in the
So
chapel.
add on, please.
Did any of you see Masterclass in 1998? We're doing it again. And why are we doing it again, Anne?
Because I wanted to do it. All for me.
She said, it's about Maria Callas. Anne can tell you about it briefly. But
Slack has given me two opportunities to play people that lived real lives, not made up characters. And you find that they get in your bones. You know, there's something about them, the historical quality of them, that by the time you've done the research and everything on them, they're truly in your bones and in your soul. And Maria was one that just never left me. So to try her to bring her back in 11 years from now is a real challenge, but I am so excited about it. And I hope those of you that saw it 11 years ago want to see it again, as much as I want to do it again. And those of you that didn't see it, I hope you come.
Thank you, Ann, so
Thank you.
much.
Do you mind
You
if
need
I
to go
step
now.
out? Thank
No.
you. I have.
I want you to meet next Dave Evanoff. Dave Evanoff is an artistic associate of this theater and has been so for a long, long time. Was a musical director of Saturday's Voyeur for many, many years. Dave has consented to be the musical director of SLAC's first play for children this December, Go Dog Go. Now, why did you say yes?
Well, I knew the book, and I don't know if you do through your children or grandchildren, but I knew the book from when I was little, and the notion of putting something together with literally just a few words was really exciting as a musician and as a musical director, so we can bring to it excitement in its staging and acting and fun and in its music. And most important to me is the opportunity, and I hope you all think so too, to bring new young theater goers.
The fifth play is a play called Charm. I'm talking about the past, the present, the future. So the past for us is sort of Pinter and Masterclass. The future then becomes Go Dog Go, the kids, and the February, April plays, which are brand new plays. And Ms. Kathleen Cahill has written the world premiere of a play called Charm that we will do in April. This play will knock your socks off.
It's a play about these New Englanders. I'm from New England. It's a play about Henry David Thoreau, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Nathaniel Hawthorne, and Margaret Fuller. It has a lot of magic in it, I have to add. Margaret Fuller wears a dress from the 1840s. The clothes in the 1840s are very heavy, very confining. It was like the most confining period for costume, for clothing, for men and women. And so I used that idea, I expanded on that idea so that her dress literally gets bigger and bigger and bigger in the course of the play. And you see this. So it's sort of metaphorically, she's like getting weighted down by this dress. So a lot of magical things happen in it.
It's just a beautiful, beautiful piece of theater. It just is elevating and amazing. And then the fifth play is Saturday's Voyeur. The February play is a play called Too Much Memory. Meg Gibson wrote it. Meg Gibson was in Equus with Ann Decker. Meg Gibson went to University of Utah actors training. Meg Gibson went to Juilliard and then Yale. Meg came, she's been an actor in New York for about 25 years. She directed for us Tony Larimer and Gene Pack in Hysteria. She directed Big Love. She directed Ride Down Mount Morgan with Tony Larimer. Did any of you see those? Mm-hmm. Yes. She has written a play that opened in New York in December, reviewed by the New York Times. It's fantastic. Actually, Meg also is directing Charm. We had a series of discussions with 3 serious directors, and Kathleen well, you knew Sturgis
Yeah,
from
I knew one.
the Lark Theater, and she interviewed, and she picked Meg, so Meg's going to stay a whole big chunk of time to do Charm. But we're so excited about it. We're proud. Thank you all so much for staying. Do you have any responses, questions, thoughts, concerns, anything?
We're all delighted
Comments?
that you just keep doing it.
Pardon me?
I think we're all delighted that you just keep doing it and giving us great theater in this culture.
Thank you.